So hello students, welcome you all back onto this channel. I hope all of you are doing fine. So in this particular video, we are going to talk about the role of mathematics in M.Tech and higher studies, of course. Okay, so many of you might have got admissions in COAP portal by this time and might be planning to join IITs for M.Tech and basically other programs as well, like MS research or M.Tech research, PhD programs, all these things. And some of you might have received offers from CCMT as well to join M.Tech at NITs. Okay, so I hope it's clear. Yeah, okay. So many of you might have as well got offers from CCMT for joining M.Tech in NITs or basically the advanced programs like PhDs and all. And some of you might be aspiring to write GATE 2025 and also do M.Tech at IITs. Okay, so or basically in the Indian Institute of Science, IISc. So in this video, I'm going to give you the basic details of how effective is going to be maths in your upcoming period if you choose to be in academics. Okay, so the first thing that I would like to start with is this maths compulsory? Yes, it is, because irrespective of the domain that you join and also irrespective of the specialization that you join, ultimately you have engineering mathematics as definitely one of your subject. Okay, so I'm telling you, and if you want to do good in any of your subjects, this engineering maths is like one of the basic thing which you have to learn and which you have to be thorough in order to understand the things. Okay, and so at what levels you will study maths if you have chosen higher engineering or basically higher studies? Then let's see a step-by-step way. So the first thing that you would definitely study is the coursework. So what is coursework? So once you get admitted into this in national institutions for getting M.Tech or any higher degree, the first thing you have to do is you have to finish certain set of courses, and any senate of IITs or basically Indian Institute of Science or any NIT, this engineering maths is one of the definitely or core subjects that you have to definitely finish. Okay, so this normally if you get admitted for M.Tech at IITs or IISc or NITs, there is certain credits requirement. Okay, and in that credits requirement, some part will be for your coursework and some part will be for your thesis basically. Okay, so your project. So out of this required coursework credits, definitely some part is having this engineering mathematics, which is compulsory. Okay, and this is definitely a compulsory subject in many of the colleges. Okay, without engineering mathematics, they don't you have a lot of electives, but again engineering mathematics is one of the definite core subject which is to be dealt with the students. Okay, so that's how when you are dealing with the coursework, so in courseworks we have applied maths, applications of engineering mathematics. You have a lot of subjects of this sort where you go through a lot of mathematical understandings again. Okay, so this lot of mathematical understandings will provide you the basic for doing research or for doing your project work in the upcoming semesters or in the upcoming years. Okay, normally if you take PhD in Indian normally universities, it takes on an average 5 years in the central institutes, of course plus or minus 1 depending on your research topic and the way you're propelling it. So for doing or for being effective in the research or in the technical subjects, you have to have this fundamental understanding of engineering mathematics. Then once you pass this subject, then starts the real game actually in with bit of more maths in your life. Like if you start looking at this picture, okay, so this is just one of the cut shot of some of the notes that we generally have. Okay, so we are just putting a picture here, so it's like the same expression almost, correct? So it's like you don't get much out of this picture actually, but actually these kind of pictures you'll feel, you'll see very well when you're doing your study of research papers. So what happens is when you start doing your research, okay, so the first step that you do is something called literature survey. And in the process of this literature survey, you come across certain standard papers or basically certain important papers where you go through. So once you go through these research papers, then in understanding, and basically research is converting physical models into mathematical physical systems into mathematical models and then analyzing this maths which is involved. So once you try to understand this maths, then ultimately you will go into deep of very specific topics. Like let's say for example, this is like a function which involves some surface integrals and volume integrals. Okay, so it's a functional basically. So we'll keep generating this kind of things which again need in-depth understanding of the mathematics again. Okay, and obviously if you want to do good in your technical subjects and in your research, you have to excel very well in maths, of course, here. Okay, so which you feel again when you're reading research papers for your M.Tech project, or if you're if you have if you are opted for PhD, then again you will come across many research papers. So in all these cases, you again will have engineering mathematics. Okay, but of course the paper specific maths which is involved will be slightly a step above as compared to your coursework maths. Okay, in general the coursework of mathematics is designed in such a way in the universities it caters the needs of all students. Okay, but when you are going into research specifics, like if you're dealing about Fourier transforms, Z transforms, or if you're doing PDEs, okay, so in all these cases again you'll have in-depth understanding of the things. Okay, then many of you might have this question, sir, I have got admission in IIT or IISc or NITs basically here, so there is still some time, it's like July, my semester or my coursework is going to start in August. So in this 1 month, what I can do, or what basically I can, learning of what mathematical chapters or what mathematical tools could actually help me. Okay, so to answer this, I have kept this particular side, so some prerequisite knowledge. So if you go to any central institute basically, so what all could help you? So in today's world, so first of all, if you are looking at data science or AI, okay, or machine learning basically here, if you learn any of these things, then definitely people expect you to have some prerequisite, because of course they start from basic at many schools and colleges across India, but across the world of course, and they expect you to have certain basic knowledge in few domains. Okay, and to do excel in this particular domain, it's suggested to have the knowledge of linear algebra to a great extent, which is generally called matrices of course in at the UG level understandings. So linear algebra plays a very vital role in understanding especially the Hermitian matrices, all these things, and you should have a detailed understanding of probability and statistics, because you know statistics deals all about, okay, just a second. Oh, okay, fine. So statistics, then I have stopped at the correct spot. So probability and statistics. So statistics is all about again dealing with the data of course, and if you want to excel in any of these things, then ultimately it's always very solid prerequisite of having linear algebra, probability and statistics. Okay, and the majority of the schools in world follow the software of Python in general to analyze this data algorithms. Okay, because Python has very nice inbuilt modules, so that when you very nice inbuilt functions actually, so once you call in the function into the program, then it takes care of a lot of operations actually. So that's why Python is again one of the most frequently used tools in across the world to analyze this data science or ML basically. Okay, and depending upon your area of interest, one common thing again here is learning partial differential equations, which keep coming up all around your life again. Okay, so this partial differential equations, so they teach you the partial differential equations, but again to understand this partial differential equations in a much broader sense, it's always better to have idea of basic calculus, like calculate of course multivariable in general, but don't worry, if you have, you can work it out. Okay, so multivariable, and many times when you go for the applications part, because it's quite common in general, things keep changing with respect to many parameters of course, like let's say for example you take in a flow. Okay, so if you want to focus on pressure, then pressure depends upon the location, depending upon the flow is steady or unsteady, it depends upon the turbulence. So there are a lot of parameters. So basically if you take any function, that function keeps depending on many parameters. So ultimately when you convert that physical problem into a mathematical model, it can give rise to a partial differential equation. Okay, so that's why this knowledge of partial differential equations, and when you are solving PDEs, for solving these PDEs you come across certain very nice techniques like Laplace transforms or Fourier transforms. Fourier transforms really work very good in such solving this partial differential equations. Okay, so this Fourier transforms is again a very good prerequisite to learn. Normally these topics like Fourier transforms or PDEs or basically okay fine, these topics generally they don't hold much weightage in gate examination, to be frank. They hardly questions comes from this, but once you start moving up your level from say undergraduation or gate examination to masters or things beyond that, then these things are going to play a very vital role. Okay, and the softwares which I would like to recommend at this point of time is basically tools. I hope you can see, maybe I'll change the color, so you can see the tools is one tool definitely it's going to help you a lot is Python ultimately. Then MATLAB is again a very nice tool which you can learn in your free time. So these two tools having in handy is very a quick prerequisite. Okay, so if you have some time, then ultimately you can work out, start learning upon things. There are a lot of courses available, okay, which for free of course, so you can start learning up things from here. Similarly you can see once if you again, all these are domain specific again. So but these things which you commonly encounter as per the course curriculums that are available as of now, okay, in many of the colleges across India. And then one last prerequisite which if I want to suggest, I'd like to, of course PDEs if you have learned, then ultimately you'll come across ordinary differential equation techniques also, but having idea on vectors. So vector calculus is like one of the again most useful tools, okay. So like vector algebra, or basically applying this gradient operators across these places. Just a second. So if you apply this gradient operators, del square, then curl, basically all these things, and if you look for GATE syllabus, you generally go with the vectors, application of these functions on vectors, but there in advanced studies we can apply, majority of the studies deals with tensors as well many times, okay. So we focus on tensor calculus as well, okay. So these things are basically the prerequisites which if you have, it would be very good for you in hand, okay. How about for electrical engineers? Same thing again, PDEs and vector calculus plays a very vital role, and obviously along with this MATLAB and Python you can have working on Simulink, because normally if you work on this control systems, okay, Simulink plays a very great role again, which even I have used a few times in my course, of course. So MATLAB and Simulink again I'm not writing because it's very specifically used depending upon the application, but MATLAB and Python is almost used in many of the schools around the world, okay. So these are the things. And also if you want to have much more information, or if you have any doubts regarding your M.Tech admission procedures or anything in general till the things start getting smooth, you can always scan this code. So this code directs you to my Telegram channel, which is maintained by me and my fellow students as well, so of PW of course, and some of my friends as well. So once you come here, and if you are having query, there could be some resourceful people in the group who can guide you good enough, okay. So these are the things which we are going to which I thought of giving some quick glimpse in this particular video, because I know it's only 7 months left for your exam. It's almost in the February and we are straight away in the July, so I don't want to take much of your time as of now. So these are the quick details that I want to provide in this particular video. And in tomorrow we have one more session which talks about how to plan your day so that you can get below A100. That's going to happen tomorrow. So basically this session is going to be on 5th July, that is tomorrow at 9 PM on GATE Bala channel, the main channel that we have. So channel, this is YouTube channel. Here is where we are going to look at this particular session in this case, okay. So how to get below A100. So basically there could be some issues when you're planning your day. So and since some of the people in my Telegram channel have raised concerns regarding the preparation time or how to identify the strategies and all, so we are going to have a clear-cut idea on this thing, that how to utilize these 7 months so that you can end up with the better ranking actually here, okay. And also a good news which awaits all of you, like we have started engineering maths course on this YouTube channel. Basically in this particular channel, the channel where you are right now, we have started engineering mathematics course, but unfortunately it got halted because of the clash with the schedules with the other technical subjects. So that's why but because based on the many requests that we have received, we are resuming this course of engineering mathematics which we have started from Monday, that is like tomorrow is like 5th, so 8th almost like 8th of July we are going to resume this engineering mathematics course, okay. So we have finished linear algebra and we have started a glimpse of single variable calculus. So we are going to resume from that particular point, and the classes will be from Monday to Friday from 7 PM to 8:30 PM, okay. So 1.5 hours. I want to keep that a bit short. I don't, because again that's like slightly concept heavy, so that's why we cut it to 1.5 hours. So we'll have the classes from 7 PM to 8:30 PM on every Monday to Friday on the same channel. So we are going to resume that course, okay. So these are the two quick updates that I'm going to give. One is regarding this, which we have tomorrow on the GATE Wala English channel, so that I give you a quick brief of the schedule, or basically the most frequent mistakes that students do, so that you won't do and you'll have some good idea of GATE rank, okay. And the second is the resume of engineering maths course on this particular YouTube channel, okay. So these are the things which I thought of covering in a nutshell, a quick time in this particular video. So if you have any queries, you can ask me. Now it's open to you. So basically I have given some idea on what are the most useful skills or most useful prerequisite topics which you can learn actually, okay, or like where you are going to use this engineering maths much effectively in the upcoming days if you go for after GATE if you wish to join M.Tech at Central Institutes. So I have given some quick idea. So if you have any questions, you can ask them, any one of you. Fine. So just keep studying, because the ultimate point that makes you go up in skill or in marks or in ranks, whatever, is ultimately studying. So you should do that. So do study, don't waste your time. You have only 7 months left, and in between many PSUs keep rolling out their applications. So just keep applying for them, and just have a practice of writing the exams, attending the interviews and all. So within next 4 or 5 months it would be very beneficial to you. Okay, so if there are no queries, then that's all from my side. I hope the information is very clear, and thank you all. If you have any queries, you can always again ask me. You can join this Telegram channel. This is my Telegram group, which is maintained by me and my fellow students. So you can just join here and you can ask your queries. Okay, no issue. So thank you all. We'll meet again soon on this channel with more updates. Meanwhile, tomorrow on the other channel, the GATE Wala main channel, we are going to come up with the study plan for the upcoming 7 months. So thank you all. We'll see you, and happy learning, and keep studying. All the best for your GATE examination. Thank you.